Hello Internet, your friendly neighborhood gremlin here, and today we're going to give Maggie a fairy tale-esque garden. I don't know, she asked for a garden of regeneration. It ends up mostly just being like kind of like a fairy tale garden, and then inside is like a little cute flower shop. So we're gonna start on the outside, and I think I did really well here, genuinely. It ends up being all pastel-y and pink because it's a pretty easy color scheme to handle. Here we get to fudge with the houses again, and it ends up being, I think, just like straight up white because I hated everything about everything, which is not new. This is about my general state of being always. So, we just end up with it being white with a white door too, I think. I tried this for like a second, but I hated it. So, yeah, we get the white door and then we just accept that it's gonna be a white house. But that's okay, right? I mean, white houses are a thing people have. It sits all the way in the corner, which I think is nice because the whole garden exists on the other side. We also change it to spring, so it's cherry blossoms. I love that Happy Home Paradise is cherry blossom season in the spring because cherry blossom season is one of the best seasons. And my island's not gonna get it because I don't have any hardwood trees because I don't like the way hardwood trees look. I just like the cedar trees, so my island is entirely cedar trees. And then fruit trees, which are technically hardwood trees, but I don't think they change color. So, yeah, so we get out this vine, we use a bunch of vines. I considered this a gazebo for a minute, but gazebos are hard because they're big and you can't put anything under them, which seems extremely inconvenient, if you ask me. Also, the fact that I couldn't fit another flower bed there. It seemed like there was lots of space, but apparently there was not lots of space. One of those things you just sort of have to handle when you're dealing with Animal Crossing, where the rules are weird and space is weird. I put out these little like lanterns even though it's not dark, and then we make another little circle path because circle paths is a thing I learned how to do recently. And I don't know, I just kind of like them. It also just feels a little bit whimsical, don't you think? I don't know. Maybe not. I think it's cute. Then we're going to build a seating area on the other side. I'm also really for the fact that this plot, for some reason, has butterflies. I say, as a person who's actually terrified of butterflies in real life. I don't really like pictures of butterflies either, but it's always one of those things where you like, I want to release bugs so there can be bugs flying around people's plots, but I also just immediately sell all of my bugs. So I don't have any bugs just like kicking around. And I mean, mostly I just want a bunch of moths. Couldn't we just populate the world with moths instead of butterflies? I feel like the world would improve, I say. But I also don't like moths in real life either. But I do like pictures of moths. So that was a thing we discovered recently. I could tell you about my butterfly related trauma if you want. I mean, essentially in like, I don't know, somewhere between 6th and 8th grade, my mother and I and my cousin and my aunt and my grandmother drove out to PEI. And because we were driving and it was a long way, we made stops along the way. And I think it was in New Brunswick, but I'm not sure. We stopped at a butterfly conservatory. And at this point, I did not think this was going to be a problem. But I went into the butterfly conservatory and was immediately like, no. And then my mother made me stand in there so she could take pictures of me, which was traumatic because A, I hate having my photograph taken, and B, the butterflies were everywhere and it was absolutely terrifying. And since then, I've been terrified of butterflies. It's a fun little story, don't you think? Maybe? I don't know. Road trips are fun. Again, in theory, I don't do well in the car, so road trips are probably not great. Especially that one. Just, like, getting to PEI and being at PEI was great, but having to be stuck in a car with a bunch of people for forever was kind of hard. But my aunt had this like little tiny TV in the back seat of her car, so we could watch movies and stuff. But it was like down in the like center console. When we had our van that had the TV in it, it was up top, so you sort of like looked up at it. I don't know. That's one of those things that isn't a thing anymore. Nobody just like has a VCR in their car. I guess nobody has a VCR, period. But even like a DVD player or whatever. When we had to go to Newfoundland when I was in 9th grade, I think we rented a portable DVD player. I don't know if we rented it or we owned it, but I don't remember using it at any point other than this, so I feel like maybe we rented it somehow. Okay, we're gonna go inside and build ourselves a little shop, which again, I think ends up quite cute. I'm quite proud of this one. And we do actually end up using those plastic garden chairs and table there that I complained so much about while building Keaton's Cafe. And I mean, they're still not very cute. I don't know, it just kind of goes aesthetically, I guess, and also she wanted it. I do wonder sometimes about what these villagers want in their houses. Like, why would she want this set and not like the garden set, which is way cuter, like the iron garden tables? I don't know. I do not understand. But we're gonna have to deal with it, I guess, for some reason. I don't know. Villagers make questionable decisions all the time. Genuinely, they gift each other these awful fast food outfits, and then they wear them. And I can't tell them it looks bad because I feel bad. Like, they ask me if it looks good, and I can't say no because I feel bad saying no. And like, if I tell them it doesn't look good, do you have to go back and tell the other person they didn't like it? Like, I don't know. Mostly I just say yes to everything they ask me, except when they're trying to take my castle gates, because they do really want to take my castle gates. And those things are expensive. So no, I'm not going to give you a castle gate for like, I don't know, something cheap and stupid. And then they're mad at you. And I feel bad again. So I try to not carry things in my inventory so they don't try to take them from me, because they want to. And it's not like they're making a fair trade. But I always buy things from them when they ask me to buy things, and who knows if it's a reasonable price or if I actually want it. Usually I don't want it. It's very stressful when they do the one where they're like, we have a couple of things and so you can go through, but you can't go through again after. So you have to like bargain that the next thing will be better, which is stressful, because what if it's not better? Yes, we've got a little gnome working at our flower shop, which is nice and cute. I don't know. I was watching Liz yesterday, I think, and she put a bunch of gyroids to work at her little coffee shop. I don't know. I usually just use gnomes because, I don't know. Apparently I have an affinity for gnomes, which, I mean, is not untrue. I do kind of like a good gnome. So, yeah, we're just gonna put a crap ton of flowers about this place because it's a flower shop. Not that she asked for a flower shop, but I didn't know what to do inside, so this is what she got. I know other people have asked for flower shops, and I've built other flower shops before, but this one, she didn't ask for one and she got one anyway, because what else should I have done inside? Maybe it should have been like a little like cafe or something, which, I mean, they're tables to sit down, so maybe she's serving coffee. I don't know. Regeneration and me don't work out well together, but I get to use that flower table today, which is exciting because it works in a flower shop. I do love that table so much. So here we're just gonna add some height interest to our build. We're gonna have the tables in the middle, like the higher table and then the lower table, and then we put the flower table in behind on the side because it looks nice. But we have to be careful that we don't block the gnome, because you need to be able to see the gnome. He's important. Maybe he's one of Snow White's 7 gnomes. Let me know which gnome you think out of the 7 gnomes would have run a flower shop. I don't know that I know offhand, but I'm always bad at that. Assuming personalities for people, I'm not good at. Like, I don't know, Dopey is kind of pastel-y colored, so he might look nice in here, but also he's Dopey, so I don't think we should let him run a flower shop by himself, unattended. So, I don't know. Let me know. Maybe like a bashful or... I'm not good at this. So here we're gonna put a absolute fuck ton of things on the walls, because that is what we do here. Just put all of the things on the walls while constantly fighting with the fact that everything has to have 6 feet of space around it. But I don't want things to be all like lined up, because it makes me sad. But yeah, so we're gonna have several wall sections, and we're just gonna pretend that it's okay and that it works. Here we're gonna do sort of a symmetrical thing, and then we're gonna change our minds later, because I don't know. Symmetry just... I don't love symmetry. My brain like wants to do it. We want the symmetry, but then when you're looking at it and it's just kind of like, I don't know, boring. But we've got the dried flowers everywhere. I love those dried flowers. They're another one of those objects that I use everywhere, as well as this plant hanger thing on the wall. Yeah, we're gonna use this mobile and pretend they're like wind chimes, because I thought they were nice. And so, yeah, here we're realizing symmetry sucks, and then we're gonna try and figure out what the fuck we're gonna do with this thing. Why we couldn't just delete it is unclear. I don't know. But the other wind chimes go above the other table, so they kind of match, but they're different. I wish we had more of them that looked sort of wind chimey, because these are the only ones that really sort of did that. I mean, I understand they're mobile, but why can't we just have wind chimes? Are there wind chime items in Animal Crossing that I just don't know about because I haven't gotten them yet? I'm sure there are lots of items in Animal Crossing that I don't know anything about, because essentially I fail at that. I play Pocket Camp. I have lots of items in Pocket Camp, but they also have way more items and way more wigs. I feel like Animal Crossing needs more wigs or more hairstyles, because I just want more hairstyles. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the walls end up looking kind of like cluttered, and I probably should have stopped putting things on the walls a little while ago instead of putting all of the things on the wall, but I am going to proceed to put all of the things on the wall, because I do not know how not to. I just have to put all the things, and here we are accepting that there's nothing else we can put on the wall. So we're gonna go outside and take pictures, because we are done. Let me know how you feel about my little fairy tale garden. Is it any good? I don't know. I like it. I'm pretty proud of the exterior too, because as we've said many times, I cannot exterior. I can't do it. I'm not any good. It's awful. So here are our cute little outfits, which I like quite a bit. Again, I don't know. I don't know why I feel the need to dress us up, because we're not going to be in the pictures, because the animals will not sit still and do what you want them to do, so they're not allowed to be in the pictures. If you could, like, if they could do that and you could pull out the camera and they would stay where they were, that would be good, because, like, I know that they're just trying to make them like real people or whatever with their own agency, but in real life, that you would just like say, sit still, photograph time, and they would sit still. But yeah, so that's the end of our video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye!